My name is Aileen Gurat. I own two companies, Lux Artistry Seattle. I am a co-owner with another partner. We do makeup makeup and hair freelancing. And so we have a team of girls that go out and do wedding makeup, on shoot locations, and different interviews or production type of work. And then also, this is my studio, Lux Lab Seattle. I actually have quite a few different things that I do here. I also do makeup, lashes, and brows. And I also have students that work here, and I do trainings out of here too. I was always in the industry. So being a Filipino American, that's what we're supposed to do, is kind of start in the medical field. I knew I wasn't going to stay in the medical field. So I always had another job in the beauty industry that I loved. I worked at Mac for about 10 years. So I did that as I was a respiratory therapist. And then even then, after I left the medical industry, I still continued to do an esthetician school. I took all that money I did from my medical and then put my way through esthetician school. Then after that, I was doing marketing. I did a lot of managing for tech companies too. And then taking all of that into consideration, I ended up owning my own business. I knew I couldn't work for anybody else. And I wanted to stay in the industry and just kind of took a chance on myself. It's always, hard to not follow the footsteps of your family and do something that's stable. So it was a lot of pressure on me from my parents and to myself to make sure that I can make a living doing what I want to do. Like, passion and career can be the same. My mom is a registered nurse. My sister is a registered nurse. My dad worked at the post office and my brother works at the post office. So imagine that I would have to either pick one of those to be, following everyone's footsteps. But I don't think I actually really told them. I wasn't, my mom came into Mac one time and she's like, "Oh, you're not working at the hospital?" And I said, "No, not today." And she's like, "When are you working next?" I was like, "Never." That's kind of like started the whole conversation about, like, what are you doing? How are you gonna make this a living? When are you gonna go back? And actually tried to work at the VA again in the medical industry, and I literally lasted 2 weeks, and then I was gone because like thinking about 9 to 5, and then just having someone tell me what to do, and just being so far from my passion. I, of course, just, bet on myself to do that. I just wanted to be around people who loved what I did for them and made them feel confident. And just the relationships I made within that time period. And I was a manager at Mac, so always felt like wanting to be a boss, wanting to train people, wanting to help people in the industry that they love. And I feel like everyone kind of separates passion and career. And I wanted to kind of teach people that you can do both and still make a career out of it while doing something that you love. I know it's so cliche to say, but, when you work for yourself and doing something that you love, you don't feel like you're working. I don't even know if I had courage. I think it was more so trying to prove it to my family and anyone that told me I couldn't do it. Just a lot of people against you. It's almost just like you want to prove everyone else wrong. Plus, I had a really good support system. I can't negate that. Like, my sister supported me a lot. My brother, they knew that I wasn't going to do whatever my parents said. And thank God I'm the youngest child. Like, I was able to do that. The youngest child, I feel like we get away with a lot. So, and, my parents, not so much my dad, but my mom, she knew I was really good at, like, the beauty industry. So she really wanted me to not only do stuff on her, but like on her aunties, and she would benefit from it. So she did help me a lot through that. Once she saw I wasn't going to do anything medical. Mentoring is a huge thing for me. And I wanted to give, like, a safe space for other people, like a lot of my students here are Filipino, because I feel like a lot of pressures on myself too, to make sure that I help inspire other people to be able to get out of the old norm that that we thought, that the unconventional way to make money and have a career. And I wanted to give a place for other people to work, because it was really hard for me. Like, I started off at my house. People were coming into my home. And I feel like having a space this is like my second home, even almost my first home. I feel like I spent a lot of time here. It was nice to be able to show other people that you can do it. I feel like there's just this huge stigma that women in business, or you need other things, you need other people. And I feel like I was able to show them that it's possible, and then give them an opportunity to make it possible for themselves too. Especially, I have a lot of moms that work here. And just people think that, it's too hard to do, so they don't follow through.
For you,
I feel like it just allows people to create a different norm for themselves, and open up their mind and to other things and to other ways to make a life too. I feel like it gives confidence for other people, even though, sometimes confidence can be really fake. But if I show that to somebody else and I've made a difference to them, I feel like it's super important for them to see someone else that they could be. I feel like I'm just so regular. I'm such a basic, normal person, and I never really thought that I would actually have a space. And sometimes when people tell me they're proud of me, I do stop and take a moment and realize that, oh wow, I did do it. I did do what I said I wanted to, and I am, following through with all the different goals that I set for myself, and just manifested that for me. I've been teaching for 3.5 years, so definitely have a ton of students. I know that I at least talk to like 20 or 30 of them regularly. I have two full-time students that work here that do brows or lashes or tiny tattoos. I also have students upstairs in the same building that just wanted to stay close for help and just for my mentorship. I feel like it's, I'm their security blanket, and they don't know that they're my security blanket too. So I love that they're around, and we just kind of vibe off of each other. I feel like we feed off of each other's energy, and really set goals together. We have, sometimes we hang out, but we really talk about like business and what else we can do. And it's nice to have that, because if you're working by yourself in a studio, you don't have that. You don't have that motivation to inspire someone else or, bounce off ideas from each other. And I feel like we do that here. It's such a homey, safe haven for us to even just hang out. It's really funny, because a lot of the Filipinos I don't know that become my clientele, they ask me like my journey. And it's so funny that you say that, because a lot of them are like nurses, or, we talk to each other about our lives. And I feel like I built so much rapport with the other Filipino clients that I have. They feel comfortable with me too, just because I'm Filipino. So they kind of understand that I'm going to do something that looks good on them because I'm Filipino too. Besides that, they do ask about my journey. A lot of them have ended up being my students because of that. So I do have a lot of Filipino students, just based on seeing the lifestyle that I have. I feel like that I've inspired them to do the same for themselves. A lot of them have changed routes or added a side job that they love. And even if it's something as small as that, to kind of push them into a different direction, I'm always so grateful for all the clientele that I have. But really, all the Filipinos that I meet, they're so grateful for me to even share my story. I have a lot of aunties that come here too, and they ask me if I've ever been in the medical industry or what made me do this. And And, so I love sharing my story with them because, they have kids too. And it kind of like lets off of them or their grandkids and stuff like that. So they kind of like open their eyes to see something else. And I think it's great that they're able to witness that and witness, me, and I'm, a small business, but in their eyes, it's huge for them to see something different that'll open their eyes. Being a new client to me, I'm the same person that I am with my students, with my clients, with my family and friends. You don't get different versions of me. So, I mean, that could be good or bad, but just being super comfortable. And I feel like I've created an environment for that. My website, my Instagram, social media, all of that really reflects that. And I make sure that, I'm the same person through and through. They're going to get the same quality through and through. And I think it's important for, especially I'm doing a lot of permanent makeup. So people need to trust me. So having that trust and having them just know me as a person first, I feel like is important and crucial for return clients and referrals and things like that. I'm really bad at social media, but I have a huge referral basis, and that speaks volumes and way bigger of a compliment to me to have other people tell, other ladies about me or other people about my services, because it really goes to show that my customer service is, on that level. I just get to be me and super unapologetic. I make fun of myself sometimes too, like, gosh, I have the worst boss ever. She makes me work every day. But I 100% love it. Like once I'm here, I'm here for the long haul, and just all the girls around me are great. And I always just try to make an environment and a space for that comfort and family. And all the girls here are family. We love to hang out here and hide out here. Guys have their man cave. This is our woman cave. I want multiple studios. I do want to carry on my mentorship, and I have been kind of helping other people who aren't really in the industry too, and just kind of wanted to focus on just like kind of the business marketing aspect of it and trying to get people just talking in different spaces and having people understand that manifesting and goals and all of that is huge into actually owning a business, all the prep for it and things like that. I want other people to understand that the possibilities are endless. And once you're out of your comfort zone is when you start to grow. Because I feel like people are so uncomfortable trying something new and betting on themselves. And I want people to be in a safe space, so that's why I have such a big space too. I wanted to create like more sessions where we can talk about it, or lots of other classes. I feel like I have a great clientele and it's going to last me forever. So really mentorship and teaching are my key highlights for the next coming years. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you quit, then that's kind of the end of it, right? I've always said this to everybody is live the life you love and love the life you live, because you only live once, and every decision you make can lead you to a completely different life. So it's like you're only going to lose if you're not trying. And I think a lot of people are just too scared. So I think I was more scared not to fail, but scared that I wouldn't have even tried and had the chance or knew what would have happened. I always think about that. Like if I just decided not to go to a class or get a studio, like we talk about it all the time here with the girls. And I'm like, what if I didn't get a studio? Where would you guys work? What would you guys be doing right now? Like I feel like the things that I do also change other people's lives too. And so I feel like we forget that in our own, tunnel vision of our own lives is we forget who else we affect. And so if I didn't decide to do something, I feel like other people's lives would have been different too. Everything in life leads you to a certain path. And I feel like even though I didn't do, medical, it's taught me bedside manner. It's taught me how to build rapport with somebody. And people who are scared to see me, because I'm doing something kind of invasive. And then being a manager at Mac, even though I complain about it, but it's taught me to really be a manager for myself, be a boss. And then I did a lot of marketing. That marketing has helped me in my business to do marketing. So even though all those paths didn't lead to what I thought I was going to do, it led me to the path that I am now. And I feel like, without those things, it just made me me. And so embrace all the failures and mistakes and all the triumphs too. And then just kind of be happy where you're at. I think that's the most important thing in whatever you do, is to be happy and sustain that happiness in whatever you feel that your success or happiness means to you, because it's going to be different for everyone.